Okay, on the next page in your notes, rounding decimals. Not now. Okay, when you're rounding decimals, the first thing I want you to do is underline
Stephanie. Stephanie's lesson.
underline.
Underline.
Underline the digit and the place value, and once again I abbreviate place value as PV. Underline the digit and the place value you are rounding to. Okay, so they're going to tell you to round to a certain place value. So you're going to underline the number or the digit that is in that place value. Step 2. Circle the digit that is to the right of it. Okay, so you're going to underline the digits in the place value you're rounding to. You're then going to circle the digit that is to the right of it. If the circled digit is 5 or higher, the underlined digit gets one bigger. If the circled digit is 4 or smaller, the underlined digit stays the same. And then here comes another very important part. Every digit to the left of the underlined digit stays the same. Every digit to the right of the underlined digit becomes a 0. It's okay, it's all right here, just copy down. Okay, so you're going to underline the digit in the place value you're rounding to. You're going to circle the digit that is to the right of it. If the circle digit is 5 or higher, the underlined digit becomes 1 bigger. If the circle digit is 4 or lower, the underlined digit stays the same. And then every digit to the left of the underlined digit stays the same, and every digit to the right of the underlined digit becomes a 0. Now, there is one, I'm going to put a star beside it, because there's one type of problem in which it can be a little bit more confusing. And that is, if the underlined digit is a 9, and the circle digit tells you to round up. The first digit to the left of the 9 gets 1 bigger, and the 9 becomes a 0. Okay, that is one exception to the rule a little bit, is if the underlined digit is a 9, and the circle digit tells you to round up. The first digit to the left of the 9 gets 1 bigger, and the 9 becomes a 0. Examples. Let's say it says round to the 10th. Okay, and so we have 42 and 5,300. It says to round to the 10th, so we're going to underline the digit in which the place value that we're rounding to. So we're going to underline the 5 because it's in the 10th place. The next thing it says, circle the digit that is to the right of it. So we're going to circle the 3. Now, it says if the digit is 5 or higher, the underlined digit gets 1 bigger. That's not 5 or higher. If the circle digit is 4 or smaller, the underlined digit stays the same. Okay? The circle digit is 4 or lower, so that means that the 5 is going to stay the same. Then, every digit to the left of the underlined number stay the same. So, the 4 and the 2 are going to stay the same. The 3 tells the 5 to stay the same as well. And then every digit to the right becomes a 0. So that 3 would become a 0. We do another example. It says round to the ones place. $542 and 9,600. We're rounding to the ones place, so we're going to underline the digit in the ones. That is the 2. Next thing it says, circle the digit to the right. So we're going to circle the 9. Step 3, if the circle digit is 5 or higher, the underlined digit gets 1 bigger. The 9 is 5 or higher. So that 2 is going to become a 3. Now every digit to the left stays the same. So the 5 and the 4 stay the same. The 2 becomes a 3. And then every digit to the right becomes a 0. So the 9 and the 6 both become a 0. Now let me ask you this. Is that 0 necessary? If you remember with the equivalent decimals, we can add or take away zeros as long as it does not change the place value of the other digits. So, if we get rid of that 0, it's not going to change the place value of the other digits. So we can drop that 0. Are these zeros necessary? No, because they're to the right of the decimal. We can drop those zeros and it doesn't change the place value of the other digits. Okay? One more example. Round to the tens. Okay, it says round to the tens. So, what's in the tens place? The 9. We look to the right one place, we circle it. Our rule says if the circle digit is 5 or higher, the underlying number gets 1 bigger. Here's our example that we put a star beside it. It's a 9. Now, what are we going to make that 9? We can't make the 9 1 bigger, correct? So what ends up happening is the number to the left, the 3, becomes a 4, and that 9 becomes a 0. So basically that 39 becomes a 40. And now everything else stays the same. So the 5 is going to stay the same. That 3 became a 4. That 9 became a 0. And then every number to the right of the underlined digit becomes a 0. So that 6 is going to become a 0. We have the decimal. The 4, 2, and the 6 each become a 0. Okay? Now, can we get rid of that 0? Yes. Can we get rid of that 0? Yes. Can we get rid of that 0? Yes. Can we get rid of that 0? No. Because if we get rid of that 0, that's going to change the place value of the 5 and the 4. Okay? Any questions? Okay, get out your board. We'll do some practice.